Hello students, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Welcome back to the class of Ravi sir, the easiest and finest way to learn the concepts of mathematics from standard 9 to 12th. Students, in our today video lesson of standard 11th mathematics and statistics, we are going to learn about measure of dispersion. In this topic we are going to include variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variation. Students, before starting today's video lesson, if you are new to this channel, just subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon. So first of all, variance, sigma square, generally it is represented as sigma square, is a statistics. In statistics is a measurement of spread between number in a data set. That is, it measures how for each number in the set is formed the mean, and therefore from every other number in the set. Understood, students? Variance is statistics of measurement of spread between numbers in a data set. The next is, in statistics, the standard deviation is a measure of amount of variation or dispersion of a set of a value. A slow standard deviation indicates that value tends to close to the mean of a set, while a high standard deviation indicates that the value are spread out over a wider range. Understood, students? In statistics, the standard deviation is a measure of amount of variation of dispersion of a set of value. A long standard deviation indicates the value tends to be close to mean of the set, while the high deviation indicates the value are spread out over a wide range. The coefficient of variation is the ratio of standard deviation to the mean. The higher the coefficient of variation, the greater the level of dispersion around the mean. It is generally expressed as percentage. Without units, it allows for comparison between distribution of values whose scales of measurement are not comparable. When we are presented with the estimate value, the CV means coefficient of variation relates the standard deviation of estimate to the value of this estimate. The lower the value of the coefficient of variation, more precise the estimate. This is a very important statement. The lower the value of coefficient of the variation, the more precise the estimate. Understood, students? So you will have to keep it in mind that the lower value of coefficients of variation, the more precise the estimate. Okay. So variance of standard deviations of ungrouped data, variance of n observation x1, x2 up to xn is given by sigma square summation xi minus x bar whole square divided by n, or summation xi square by n minus summation xi upon n whole square. This is what mean. The standard deviation sigma is equal to square root of variance. This is square root of sigma square is equal to square root of summation xi minus x bar whole square, or square root of summation xi square minus square of mean. Right, students? These are the formula to find out standard deviation. Variance and standard deviation for group data. Let the discrete frequency distribution x1, x2 up to xn, and relative frequencies are x1, f1, f2 up to fn, given by variance sigma square is equal to 1 upon n summation fi into xi minus x bar whole square, or you can write also 1 upon n summation fi xi square minus square of mean, means square of summation fi xi by n whole square. Standard deviation is what? Square root of variance. So taking the square root of the first equation, we are getting a square root of 1 upon n summation I is equal to 1 to n fi xi minus x bar, or you can write it 1 upon n square root of n into summation fi xi square minus summation fi xi whole square, where n is equal to sum of frequency. By shortcut method we can write it variance sigma square is equal to 1 upon n summation fi di square, where I is equal to 1 to n, minus summation fi di upon n whole square. Right students, and you can take the square root of this equation to find out standard deviation. Analysis of frequency distribution. The mean deviation and standard deviation have the same unit in which the data is given. Right students, the mean deviation and standard deviation have the same units in which the data is given. The measures of dispersion are unable to compare the variability of two or more series which are measured in the different unit. So we require those measures which are independent of unit. The measures of variability which is independent of unit is called coefficient of variation. It is denoted by CV, and it is given by CV is equal to sigma upon x bar into 100, where x bar and sigma are respectively the mean and standard deviation of the data. For comparing the variability of two series, we calculate the coefficient of variation for each series. Right student? So here is been the formula: comparison of two frequency distribution with the same mean. Let us consider two frequency distribution with the standard deviation sigma 1 and sigma 2 and having same mean x bar. Then coefficient of variation of first distribution is equal to sigma 1 upon x bar into 100. Coefficient of variation of second distribution sigma 2 upon x bar into 100, and the ratio of these distribution means coefficient of variation of first distribution upon coefficient of variation of second distribution is equal to sigma 1 upon sigma 2. Thus two CVs can be compared on the basis of value of sigma 1 and sigma 2. Thus if two series have a equal mean, then the series with the greater standard deviation or variance is said to be more variable than the other. The other series with the lesser value of the standard deviation is said to be more consistent than the other. Right students, this is the main point. So let us solve few questions to find standard deviation, variance and coefficient of variance. Here has been the data are given, the class and frequencies are given. We have to find out variance and standard deviation. The class are 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80 and 80 to 90 and 90 to 100, and related frequencies are 3, 7, 12, 15, 8, 3, 2. Right students, so first of all our target is to be what? Find out mean. So let us find out n, sum of frequency. We know that x bar is equal to summation fi xi by n. By direct method we can find out mean. So we want to find out mid value to find out xi. So 30 plus 40 divided by 2, 40 plus 50 divided by 2, 60 plus 70 divided by 2, 70 plus 80 divided by 2, 80 plus 90 divided by 2 and 90 plus 100 divided by 2. Now we will find out fi into xi. So 3 into 35, 7 into 45, 12 into 55, 15 into 65, 8 into 75 and 3 into 85, 2 into 95, 190. Now adding these elements, summation fi xi 3100, right? So we know that sigma square, standard deviation 1 upon n, summation fi into xi minus x bar whole square, right? So we required what? Xi minus x bar. We required what? Xi minus x bar, then we will make the next column for xi minus x bar. So first of all writing mode of xi minus x bar. So first of all find the mean. So 3100 divided by 50, 3100 divided by 50, because n is 50, right students? So what we are getting, just write over here. Okay, x bar is equal to summation xi upon n. 3100 divided by 50, we are getting 62. So 62 minus 35, 35 minus 62, 27, 45 minus 62, 17, 55 minus 62, then 60 minus 65 minus 62, 75 minus 62, 85 minus 62, and 95 minus 62. Now we want to find out whole square, xi minus x bar whole square. So fi 3 into 27 whole square. So we will get what, using the calculator. Similarly 7 into 17 whole square, 12 into 7 whole square, 15 into 3 whole square, 8 into 13 whole square, then 3 into 23 whole square, then 2 into 33 whole square. Now adding these terms, elements, summation fi xi minus x bar whole square, we are getting 10,050, right? Now just we have to substitute the values of n, fi and xi minus x bar whole square. So 1 upon 50 into 10,050, we are getting 201, right students? Now moving to the next question, calculate the mean and standard deviation of the following data. We have to find out mean and standard deviation. First of all, you can see that this is not continuous frequency distribution, so we will make it continuous. So continuous class and frequency, then mean value, right, xi. So here you can then fi xi for to finding mean. Here you can see that 1 to 5, so we will reduce 0.5 from 1 and add 0.5 in 5 to make it continuous, right students? So adding 0.5 and subtracting 0.5 in lower limit and adding 0.5 in upper limit, so we are getting the closed interval. And regarding frequencies are 3, 8, 13, 18 and 23, right? So finding the mean, 0.5 plus 5.5, we will get 3. 5.5 plus 10.5 divided by 2, 8. 10.5 plus 15.5 divided by 2, 13. In this way we can find out mean value. Now fi into xi, so 3 into 3, 8 into 8, 13 into 13, 18 into 18 and 23 into 23, so 529, right? So for mean, we know that x bar is equal to summation fi xi upon n. So first of all finding summation fi xi by using calculator. So adding these numbers, we are getting 1095, divided by n is 65. So by dividing these terms, we are getting 16.85, right students? Now for standard deviation, we know that 1 upon n square root of n into fi xi square minus fi xi whole square, right student? So first of all finding fi into xi square. So by doing these things using calculator, now 18 into 18 square and finally 20 into 23 square. Now fi into xi whole square will be what, 20,735. Now substituting the values of n, and here is n. Okay, sorry, here we are missing n, so here will be n, right students? Before summation, so we know the formula of SD 1 upon n, here will be n, right? Summation fi xi square, n into summation fi xi square minus summation fi xi, here will be n summation f, right? Wait a minute, n, okay, 65 and summation fi xi square is what, 20,735. Summation fi xi whole square is what, 1095 divided by 65 whole square, already some not whole square, 1095 whole square. So by you calculating these terms and simplifying with the help of calculator, so we are getting a standard deviation 5.93. Okay students, the mean is 16.85. Now students, moving to the next question. Here is been for the data is given for Rita and Zeta, obtain marks from 100, right? So we have to find out coefficient of variance of these two data, right? For first of all, Rita exercise observation are 25, 50, 45, 30, 70, 42, 36, 48, 35 and 60, right? So we will find out mean, standard deviation. So we need xi square, so 25 square 625, 50 square 2500, 45 square 2025, 30 square 900, 70 square 4900, 42 square 1764 and 36 1296, 48 square 2304 and 35 square 1225 and 60 square 3600. Now to find out mean, we required summation xi. So adding these things with calculator, we are getting 441. Now for standard deviation, we required summation xi square, so 21,135. So we know that mean is equal to summation xi upon n. Here is number of observation is 10. So dividing these things, we are getting 44.1. And for standard deviation, sigma is equal to xi minus xi square minus n minus square of mean. So substituting the value over here, so 21,135 minus 10 square of mean means 441 divided by 10 whole square, right? Now students, with the help of calculator solving these things, we are getting the standard deviation is 30. Okay, now we will find out same thing for what Zeta. So writing xi and xi square, right? So writing the observation for Zeta 10, 70, 30, 50, 20, 95, 55, 42, 60, 48, 80, right? Now finding summation xi. So adding these observation with the help of calculator, we are getting 530. Now xi square means 10 square, 70 square, 50 square, 20 square, 35 square, 42 square, square of 6, square of 42 and square of 60, square of 48 and square of 80, right? So adding summation xi square with the help of calculator, we are getting 34,080, right? So mean for Zeta summation xi upon n, 530 divided by 10, we are getting 53. And standard deviation for Zeta summation xi square n minus square of mean, otherwise summation xi upon n. So here is when the value is 34,081 minus divided by 10 and minus 53 square. So we are getting 5928. So 24.35. So for Rita, the CV, coefficient of variation, sigma upon x into 100 means mean. So 13 divided by 44.1 into 100, 29.48. Now for Zeta, coefficient of variance, sigma upon x into 100. So 24.35 divided by 53 into 100. Here we are getting 45.94, right? Since CV of Zeta is more than CV of Rita, right? So what we can calculate, Zeta is more variable. Sita is more variable. So who is more intelligent? So Rita is more consistent, yeah, intelligent. So Sita is more intelligent. Okay students, here we are completing today video lesson. Thank you.